Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Mountain Man Monday. I'm your host, Mr. Mountain Man. Today is live stream episode number 70. It is April the 12th, 2021. I want to welcome everyone who joins me late this evening here on the East Coast and anyone who might be watching later on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel. As always, an extra friendly hello to anyone who might be new, and as always, to all the regulars that are watching week to week. Also, as always, this live stream and others are archived under the live stream playlist on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel. I hope everyone has had a nice start to their week and a nice Monday. We got a few folks rolling in here. Again, I apologize about the delay. It has been a very typical Monday. It's been very busy, lots going on. Not the best Monday ever, but it's Monday, and I'm happy to be here to end it or get towards the end of the day. And I hope everybody has had a pretty good Monday themselves. So we've got Blaze Ventures. Hi, Mr. Mountain Man. Hello to you and to the Traveling Hoosier. I hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. We've got Foxy Wolf, another Monday night, and another chance to have a wonderful chit chat with Mr. Mountain Man and find out what is going on in North Carolina, specifically Western North Carolina. As always, when Foxy says that, I got to show the old wooden Mr. Mountain Man mallet and do the little emoji. Hopefully I'll keep my my sweaty armpits out and give the smile on the old live stream episode. I had to double take on this one. Granny Blondie. I'm like, Granny Blondie. Now Grandma Blondie. That's right. AZ Rock, hey, Mr. Mountain Man, Foxy and Blondie, hello to you. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Faye, always nice to have you here. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Nice Monday, and everything's going well for you down south. Let's see who else has rolled in here. So, yeah, just been a crazy busy day, crazy busy. And as evidenced by me getting on here, what is it, 9:15 at night? Yeah, very late. But I had to. And also as evidence, I don't have well prepared the news and notes of the week because I just didn't have time this week, which is a real shame because I would have liked to have prepared it, as always, to have my current events and news articles for you all, but I don't. So it'll just be a chat, maybe with housekeeping, to show some of the Instagram photos, as always, to give them a backdrop. Hey, we've got Nancy J. Haven't seen you around in a while. Love the avatar. That is a super cool picture. Howdy, y'all, just stopping by for a bit to say hello. Hello to you. I hope you're doing well and having a great start to your week. A nice Monday. Let us know how you are doing. And as always, I appreciate any support here on the channel. Thank you very much, Blondie. So how did everybody's weekend go here in the spring? We had a very rainy Saturday here in Western North Carolina that cleared up for a beautiful Sunday, and hence had reservations and went to Dollywood yesterday because we have the annual passes now. And so what a wonderful day. We had a fantastic time. And so Saturday, actually, I was out in the rain, like pouring rain, trying to put down like a few fertilizer spikes on some of the evergreens, which was perfect. I didn't mind getting wet. I had bought the stuff at Lowe's because it was already raining, which saved me from having to water. And also put down a little fill that also got the immediate rain, but I got soaking wet doing it. So people probably thought I was crazy, but yeah. You're a bit blurry here, but sound great. You know what? I probably know what that issue is. I am getting exhausted playing policeman to get everybody off the internet around here. And I think somebody is probably lingering. So hopefully they can, let me see if I can send a text. Can you please make sure to get off the Wi-Fi? Thanks. I should have done a better job. Again, this has been a bit of a crazy Monday. So yeah, I had a good weekend. I hope Faith is here. Sorry, late. How's everyone doing? You're not late. Just starting. Doing well. How are you doing? And hope you're having a great start to your week. A nice Monday. Whoops, some screen just jumped on me. We got Living Like Larry. Happy Mountain Man Monday all to you as well, Larry. Hope things are well up in the Buckeye, going okay for you. All the good folks here that are typically here each Monday. Happy to see you all. Hello. Do you love that Dollywood, don't you? Yeah, I mean, we, having been a pass holder to different theme parks over the last 20 years, as I've mentioned, Carowinds, and of course the pinnacle being Walt Disney World and all of its theme parks, and now Dollywood. You get a pretty good taste and eye of how to manage and navigate theme parks, and strategy and things to do to enjoy and have a nice day with weather and all that type stuff. So I certainly do enjoy Dollywood, and so did the family. So it was really nice. Faye said Sunday was rainy, but Saturday was nice. So you had the flip flop of us, and I'm not sure, we're far enough more north of of Florida here in North Carolina that it can often and will be different. Not every weather pattern is going to dip across and do it that way. So, but at least you got one nice day, and that's what we got too. We actually needed the rain. It hadn't rained in a week. We had beautiful, clear Carolina blue skies here in the spring, but we do need to, teeter that with some rain. Everything is in full bloom now. Trees are starting to bloom. The lower elevations more so. Like when driving to Tennessee yesterday, you start getting closer to on I-40 towards north of Pigeon Forge, where you get off the exit there. You're at a lower elevation, about 1,200 feet, compared to being up in the mountains over 25, or 3,000 feet, depends on where you are. And so the trees are in full bloom. It's really pretty right now, really pretty time. Let's see what else everybody's saying. Yeah, happy enjoying Dollywood. And I've got some pictures to show on it a little bit later. It was pretty cool. Like we did a different eating. We went to a different place to eat yesterday. We went to it's the barbecue family style eating. So it wasn't Aunt Granny's. It's I think it's Miss Lillian's barbecue, but it used to be a buffet, but it's also now family style as well. It's a little bit cheaper than Aunt Granny's. It still is a pricey meal overall, but we got the fried chicken and pulled pork, and then for the sides we had green beans, macaroni and cheese, potato salad, and baked beans. And so it was really good, a good meal. I remembered my belly buster moment from Aunt Granny's. So I did eat a lot because I had worked up an appetite, but I was fractionally better. And so it wasn't as painful the rest of the day in the park. The crowds were not that bad. The only goof that I made, and it was a goof, we ended up parking in C. The further in the alphabet, the further you are away from the front gate, A, B, C. And because we have a stroller, it's not the easiest thing in the world to get on a tram. It was the same way at Disney World. Like packing up and condensing the stroller and all the stuff in it is a chore. So believe it or not, it is easier to walk half a mile, even up to a mile to get to the park than to have to break all that down and try to get it on your lap and get it in the tram and then pull it back off. Unless you have like a little umbrella stroller or something, it's a pain. So we walked, the distance, and we got through and went right as we were getting into the park. Now, what I do is, because it's 2 hours from Asheville over to Dollywood, I always want to expect the unexpected. I don't know what the unexpected would be, but I just want to expect for it, especially with having to have reservations. So I brought our backup passes, which are the Ripley's passes. Why would I need Ripley's passes? Who knows? If for some reason something happened with Dollywood and we couldn't go for whatever reason I couldn't account for, it's not all for naught. We would have been able to use the Ripley's passes. They're exactly like the Dollywood passes. So when we got there, we parked, I didn't realize that I picked out the Ripley's pass. I had them all in the car, but I didn't realize I picked out the Ripley's passes and not the Dollywood passes physically from the car. So we walked a mile and got there. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I picked the wrong passes. Of course, family's chomping at the bit to get in the park. So I like jogged half of it back and then walked, and I got like shin splints because I was walking so fast. I got the right passes out of the car. And you might say, well, didn't you just take the tram the other way? Well, the problem is that time of the day, the trams, I kind of hit or miss. So sometimes you have to wait like 10 or so minutes. And I'm like, I can walk faster than I can wait for this tram. And the tram at sea had such a long line that if the small tram came, I would have had to wait for 2 trams. So I'm like, forget it, just walk back. So I made a huge goof, and I also got it out of focus here. I made a huge goof, not pick it. Let me try this again. Hold on. There we go. I made a huge goof picking up the wrong passes. So I paid the price for that one. But once we got beyond that, we got to go on a lot of cool rides, some roller coasters, and it's just a beautiful day. Excellent theme park. I wonder if Dolly rides any of those. I think I heard no. It was on an old documentary she was on. She's like, no, I don't ride those rides anymore. But it'd be pretty cool. You know, what an American icon. It's really a cool place. So yeah, Dollywood's a lot of fun. You have to take the Mustang over to Pigeon Forge this weekend for the rod run. So I went. So yeah, you know, I would love to. Too much going on with the family, and because work is so busy, my weekend is a lot of times is not as much leisure as it is fixing things and running errands and doing stuff. And then I got to find time to spend quality time with the family too. So contrary to some of the things you might see me involved with on Mr. Mountain and others places from time to time, I have to be careful and have a good balance to make sure I'm spending time with the family. But the sentiment is right. I would love to do something like that, but I don't think I'm going to be able to leave the family and go over there for that. And so I did go to the Ponies and the Smokies just a few weeks ago. That's a Mustang only car show over there in that area, and it was great. I still have the footage from it. I just need to assemble it. I'm probably going to put it out on the Eclectic Candyman. I kind of intended it for that channel. Yeah, hooray for Dollywood. That was a lot of fun. Buckeye State got cool and rainy again. I know it's kind of that spring, right, Larry? Like where it's like warm and then cold, and then people could get the flu. Let me clear that off again. Come on, clear it off. I have to stop using hand gestures because if that fuzziness, what I'm doing is taking the lens rag. Come on, get back in focus. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there we go. Finally. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, it's been going back and forth too here. Like this week, it's going to be in the 60s and lows in the 40s. And it had been like 70s and, you know, a little bit warmer. Hey, we got Rita here. Hello, Mr. Mountain and all the community family. Hello to you as well, Rita. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your week and a nice Monday. Glad to see you here as always. How's everything and everyone doing with Mr. Mountain? I think kind of going through that with this past weekend, and it's going well. You know, just a little bit of a hectic day and some stuff going on. But other than that, I can't complain, you know. And how's Mr. Mountain tonight? Hanging in there. How are you doing? Hope. Will said he's out looking for a nice rod. Is he going to buy one or just looking for one for the video? You have to let me know. Video is clearing up now. Yeah, that's the other thing is like I'm having a real hard time staying in touch with other people's live streams. I just don't have the time these days. I'm absolutely same. For example, we went to Dollywood, like I was mentioning yesterday. Here was my day yesterday. Woke up very early. Total drove 4 hours in the car. Okay, because 2 hours there, 2 hours back. It was a school night for the kids, and of course, I have to work today and all that stuff. Was at Dollywood from about 11 to 7. You know, walked about 17,000 steps, I think, at the park, including that extra going to the parking lot. Got home, you know, we got the kids to bed, took a shower, and then at 11:30 at night, I went to take the parts that had arrived from Amazon and fix the microwave. Which I know is like the ongoing saga, but like literally, like nobody in their right mind after having a long day like that at 11:30 at night before they got to be at work next day would start messing with electronics at midnight. But I got it fixed. I was waiting on the parts. They were all delayed. I got it, put it back together, tested it, made sure everything was okay. But man, it was, you know, crazy busy day. So back to what I was saying about Larry, I just haven't had time to do a lot of connection on a lot of the other live streams recently. Thank you for that report, Faye. I appreciate that. Cinnamon bread is good. Was the chicken lady around there? Sorry, I can't remember her name. Yes, Miss Lillian was there. She got a kick out of me because I played along with her and was going like this, flapping, and she called me the big bird. Nobody else in the family was doing it. I was playing along. She got a kick out of it. I did mention to her that we knew of her through Will and Dawn, and she said, "Oh, I never, the chicken lady never knows where she's going to end up on the internet. They're great people." And so, yeah, she is a hoot, and the family enjoyed her. She is certainly a talent. Yeah, Miss Lillian. Are still at limited capacity? Yes. So we made a reservation. In fact, that worked out well because originally I wanted to go Saturday, but the weather was bad. And then I had looked ahead, and so Sunday was perfect. Yeah, Miss Lillian, that's right. Yes, she was there. Hey, Dr. J, I can't interact tonight. Can listen at work. Hope all is well. Hope you're having a great night at work if you're listening there. And absolutely, listening to this like a podcast, I'm not doing anything visually interesting right now. It's me standing here talking with the comments on the screen and my hat. There's no magic tricks or anything going on with me. So if you're listening, that's probably 80% of it, unless you wanted to see me smiling away. But no, it's really good just to be able to listen in the background there. Oh yeah, our story. The channel had a review of a restaurant down there in Greenville. So when you hear Greenville, if you're from the area, most people are going to think Greenville, South Carolina, because that's the big city, and you're talking about Greenville, Spartanburg. But there is a Greenville, Tennessee, and Greenville, Tennessee is kind of a little bit of a hidden gem that has some good restaurants and stuff. Our story went down there and checked it out. And it was ironic because I had a friend recently when I was at Ponies in the Smokies talking to me about a good family style eatery down that way, or another good restaurant down there. So check out his channel as well. Dollywood dropped most mandates in the park. So when I was there yesterday, you're still required to wear it. And if they were on the ride, I remember I was in line for the Dragon Flyer, and the PA announcer, not a recorded one, said, make sure everybody's pulling up their masks, make sure while you're in the ride line, pull up your mask. So everybody's been pretty good about it at the park. There's a few folks that, but thankfully it's outdoors. I'm ready to put this thing behind us in the history books. I'm actually getting my first shot of the vaccine this week on Thursday. I'm looking forward to that. Yes, I am a proponent of it, and I would do my part to, make that happen. So looking forward to that. Not looking forward to physically getting a shot, but looking forward to it. And yeah. And so Dollywood, though, I think I got to I commend them. They've done an excellent job with safety. The park employees do a good job, and I'm sure that they have gotten harassed pretty hard because of the what's gone on in this country the last year, and the folks that are adamantly opposed to the whole thing, being challenging in some of the scenarios. You hear about it at Disney World too, both Disney World and, in the parks. I just feel so badly for those people. They're just trying to do their job. They're not trying to make anybody forced to be a certain way or something like that. They're just trying to be safe. So I think that the people at Dollywood are the nicest. The people that run the rides and stuff have just been tremendous, and they're doing a good job. So hooray, clapping for Dollywood. They're doing a great job, and feel very comfortable in the park. Delaware, I have their first cruise night of the year on Saturday. May go drive the Camaro around there for a bit. Oh, Delaware, Ohio. Yeah, that's on 23, right, Larry? That was just up north of Columbus, and used to drive through there often on the way up going to northern Ohio. Actually, I used to work in a driving range when I was in college up that way. It wasn't, I forget what it was called, but it was up that way. That was a fun job. Hey, Jennifer Rathbone, hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. Hello to you. Let us know how you are doing. Will is looking to buy one. That's very cool. He knows quite a bit about cars. I mean, you can just tell. And when I've talked to him, he knows a lot about classic cars. So I'm sure he'll make a great decision on something interesting. And it's a great time to buy because a lot of people are looking to trade or just, get rid of or upgrade or move to something different. Be able to get something that he enjoys. I'll be interested to, hopefully he'll publish a video if he ends up buying one. That would be really cool. Hey guys, may be late, but wipe the sleep out of your eyes for a moment and hammer the thumbs up so Mr. Mountain Man can keep his mojo going. I appreciate that, Foxy. That's very nice. And thank you to all the moderators that help out in the chat every single week. Thank you so much. So maybe he'll find a nice one to get this week. Sounds like he likes Mustangs too. Yeah. From what I mean, who doesn't? But I mean, being serious, like, I'll tell you one car that I absolutely think is awesome is the Dodge. I may have mentioned this before. I love the so I'm not a Mopar person, but I love the Dodge Challenger. I also really like the Dodge Charger, and they have incredible engines and packages they put in that. What I cannot get over, and I probably mentioned it, I want to drive a stick shift. I don't want pedals on the wheels, and I don't want an automatic. I'm going to drive a sports car. I want a stick shift. And they don't have a stick shift in the Dodge Charger. They do in the Challenger. Even the Mustang GT500, the newest ones that are like 60, 70 grand, they don't, the 2020, I believe, they dropped a manual transmission. Sign of the times, people, I don't understand. I mean, it's just subjective. It's just an opinion. I don't understand how somebody can enjoy a true sports car without having the feeling of a clutch and a stick to run through the gears. I mean, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. I mean, and somebody might be like, I don't like peanut butter and jelly, but you know what I mean? It's a pair, and it should be like that. So congratulations on the microwave repair. Yeah. So hopefully it holds. I did get some new parts. One of the parts I think that threw for a loop was it was defective. And so that was unfortunate because it worked for a couple of days and then it had a new issue that was not the original one. The original one with the door thing was fixed right away. So, but yes, I am crossing my fingers. I am cautiously optimistic. I was very optimistic after the first time, and I was very disappointed when it was broken right away. So yeah. Ashtunes is from Greenville. I haven't seen him in a while. Ashtunes is another YouTuber, I believe. I know he's an artist, and he draws like caricatures. He used to be on the Yankee in the South channel from time to time. I think I've seen him on some of the other live streams in the, the kind of the mountain, greater mountain community or whatever. I took an unexpected shower in the kitchen tonight, turned on the water, and the sprayer was stuck and drenched me. What a surprise. Yeah, that's crazy. Like the little sprayer, and it was skirting right at you. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm sure that did give you a surprise. Thankfully, it wasn't a leak or hopefully anything like that, but it was just stuck. Yeah, our kitchen faucet is getting really difficult to turn on the swivel, and I've sprayed some silicone and tried to help it, but it needs to be replaced. In fact, it feels like it's going to rip off the sink sometimes, so I have to be careful with it. So it's one of those faucet sprayer combos like most people have. Yeah, I hope it didn't make too much of a mess. Yeah, when that happens, happens all the time in my laundry room. Yeah, sounds like a prank we used to pull when the kids with the sprayer. It's a surprise shower. Yes. What you can do, yeah, if you really do want to prank somebody, just take some tape and put it around there and they turn it on. That's a great prank. In fact, maybe I'll do that. It sounds like something fun to do. No mess, just a surprise. Living like Larry, not much separation between Columbus and Delaware anymore, growing all the time. That's the truth. Used to be really far north, and now, once you get up to around Polaris and all that, and then going north, you're right. It's like one big city now. It's hard to find good ones. Hey, Evangelos, Toxi Archies. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I'm saying that completely wrong. Taxiarchis. However I'm saying it, it is hard to find a good ones. You might be talking about the hot rods, like we were talking about. It probably is difficult to find a good one. But the person that we're talking about is actually quite knowledgeable about cars and motors, so I'm sure he'll do a good job on that. You need to clean that microwave with some holy water. I know that microwave. And you might say, like, once again, like, why are you repairing it? Why don't you just buy a new one? Because everybody else is anybody else. It just repairs the dang thing. I mean, replaces it. I did another gander at it, and to get the trim kit, the stainless steel trim kit and microwave was going to put me back about $700 or $800, and that includes a new installation that I would have to spend time because it doesn't plug and play the same. The amount of money I put into parts is about 110 versus 800. So you can see the math there. It wasn't even getting close. And you might say my time, but I was more of it was waiting on the parts and some frustration, but it's definitely valid. Some people would say, I don't care if it is another $700. I'm just going to pay for that. Some people might also say, why is it so expensive? I know microwaves don't cost that much. Well, this particular one that's in like a custom cabinet above a stove that's stainless steel is a particular size with that trim kit. So yeah, I did price that out. It would have been expensive. Have you found the deal on Nuno's pliers yet? I couldn't help myself. I just had to tease you. It is so funny that you said that, Rita. After you put that comment on the Eclectic Candyman, my other channel, I have a list of about like 30 or 40 very particular part numbers of things I want from eBay. And that is one of them, but I don't really want it that badly. I'm just like, if one shows up someday and it's reasonably priced, maybe I'll buy it. Literally after you put that comment, not that long after, a pair of those pliers that were listed as new, they weren't in the package, came up. And I thought that was crazy. And so immediately I was thinking about that. Even is fine. I have a weird name. I blame my granddad. Yeah. Okay. Yvonne or Yvonne. Yes. And if I mess it up again, please forgive me, because I just don't do that well with names. There have been a few people here that have probably stopped coming back because I messed up their name. So I do apologize. Great to have you here, and I hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. It is a great name. Yeah. I can't believe that. I'm all caught up. Look at that. So yeah. So Rita was given a tip of the hat to some videos I've been putting out on the other channel. Been doing very well over there because I have such a backlog and because I've been working on repairing so much stuff. But over here, the good news is with spring and everything blooming, we will be getting to doing a video here shortly, a canned video. But again, I'm always happy to see you guys on Monday, and I hope you enjoy as well. Paulina says, just wanted to pop in for a little while. Hopefully catch everyone next Monday. I know it's late. It's like 9:40 already. Some people, they got to get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. This is late. I mean, this is like, it just depends on what schedule people have. Absolutely, Yvonne. It's glad to have you here. Yeah. Good night, Paulina. I hope you, if you were heading out, that you have a great week. So yeah, Dollywood was a lot of fun yesterday. It's always nice to be able to, one of the things I do like about going to the theme park like that, or when we had Disney passes or whatever, is it really allows me to spend concentrated family time. I mean, if you could only, when we're here at the house or, out and about, there's just too many distractions to everybody kind of scatters and does their own thing. But when we get together, because we go to a place and we're all together, it's really a tremendous way to spend a good amount of time together. And I cherish that. So that is really nice. And, we'll be looking to, I think on average, we'll probably hit Dollywood up about once a month-ish. And it's been pretty nice. I'll tell you this much. When I used to live in Florida, the trip to Disney World was about an hour and 20 minutes from our house. And Dollywood is 2 hours. So you might say, oh, that's a lot longer. But I'll tell you what, I like the drive about 50 times more here, because I-40 from Asheville over to Tennessee is absolutely gorgeous. For those of you who have done that drive before, curving around and going through the mountains, it is so beautiful. I love that drive. I do not like the drive on I-4. There's probably only a couple of people who know what I-4 is. Faye is one of them, and I believe Faye doesn't live far from I-4. I-4 is like playing Russian roulette. It is a very scary interstate that it goes through Central Florida. I don't know if Hike with Mike was here. He would know I-4 or anybody else. I-4 is a scary place. That is one rough interstate. You drive on that, it goes from Daytona Beach to Orlando to Tampa. And so it connects across the state, and it is notoriously awful. Like, there are people, you'll be tootling along and you'll have somebody pass you going 120, or two people racing and cutting in and out of cars, or people on their cell phone, just, I mean, the wrecks there, the negligence. One time, speaking of which, we were coming home from Disney World. It was nighttime. Car in front of us I wasn't tailgating, so it was well out in front. Ended up hitting the concrete barrier on the inside of the road. Like sparks started flying off the side of the car. It didn't wreck. It was like a NASCAR race. It like banged up against it. Sparks were coming out, and then just went back to driving. I'm like, what in the world was that? Yeah, I-4 is awful. Faye hates the highway. We see Foxy does not like I-4. Yes, it is a terrible interstate. And to be honest with you, and let me just address this one comment right here. Paulina, I hope you have a wonderful week, and thank you for joining us. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great week. Oops, sorry, it's jumping around. All the roads in Florida are crazy. Most of us are like, I like to go 5 or 10 over the speed limit. I don't like police hidden and stuff. I'm the opposite. On I-4, I'm like, let them hide. Let them be all over the place. Let them pull people over. It's that bad. Like it's just so, I don't know. I'm just going on and on about this interstate in Florida, but that one in particular is really bad. And so you have to be really careful. If you guys, any of you ever take a trip down to Florida, or rent a car, and you're in one of those cities, I remember Mr. Mountain Man and all those folks on Mountain Man Monday talking about I-4. Yeah, be careful. I mean, there were so many close calls we had for doing nothing. I had the family with us and just doing stuff. It's just crazy. It is the Wild West. It absolutely is. Have they opened the schools there? Or are they doing school? Yes, the schools are open. It is a county by county thing. I mean, there are some state mandates, but they are regularly running school, which I think is fantastic for the kids to be able to, have that social interaction. It's really tough on the kids. Yeah. So yes, thankfully, schools, we're getting back to some normalcy. Sounds like one not for either I-4. Yeah. So, it's notorious down there. But yesterday when I was driving on I-40, speaking of I-40, the amount of traffic coming out of Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and I-40 heading east, and then I-26 heading east, or it's really kind of south, meaning people leaving the state of Tennessee and North Carolina were in droves. We were counting the pickup trucks with campers, or dualies with campers, nice campers, but they of many varieties. When we were heading to Dollywood, going the other way, it was literally like 1, 2. We were starting to make a joke in the car. We're like, couple of cars, 3, 4, and it wasn't like a convoy of them. It was just like a vacuum, because spring break is done. Easter was a week ago. This is like the official end of spring break. So the traffic leaving East Tennessee was crazy. There were so many people leaving, which made great for us, because when we were driving into Dollywood, most all the cars had Tennessee license plates, which indicates local, yokel, local folks. Of course, we had, North Carolina. I did see one car when I was running back to get the passes that had one of those hotel things in the window hanging, and it said Best Western, said check-in date 4/9, check out 4/11, 4/11 being yesterday. So they obviously, stayed a couple days in the area, checked out, went to Dollywood, and then probably drove home. And so, I don't think the crowds were that bad yesterday. It was very pleasant at Dollywood. I was very pleased with that. Is 2020 Escudos? I don't know what, I'm sorry. I must have, help me out. Maybe I mentioned something earlier and I didn't know what the reference that is on Yvonne, but let me know what that reference was. So yeah, but yeah, just a ton of people leaving. So there's a little bit of a lull in the tourist time right now, between now and probably Memorial Day, because you're going to get schools are staggered. Some people don't get out until June. Some get out in May, like late May. So from now until about mid-May is pretty good time to be on a vacation. If, you don't have kids are older or something like that. It's a beautiful time of the year, and the crowds, there's a little bit of, the calm before the storm, as they say, before the rush goes on once again. I was looking at an old video on my channel. Um, um, you know what? That was something fun to do. I wanted to do in one of these live stream. Yeah, it's like the 2021 exits from the cities. Yeah, it's there were a lot of people leaving yesterday. It's just crazy. Yeah, so a lot of people were taking off, and you know, just kind of the end of vacation and such. So, you know, I hope everybody had a good time and a safe drive home, and you know, it wasn't like I-4 like we were talking about and such. Um, let me let's see if this works. You guys are gonna have to let me know if the quality suffers. But I was watching an old video from my channel, and let me see if I can pull it up in screen share. Literally to self-deprecate and make fun of myself. Let's see if this works. How do I do this? Let's see here. Hold on. I have a playlist. This should work. Give me a second. I'm getting my bearings here. Mr. Mountain channel uploads. Here we go. All right. I'll just show you two different videos talking about the evolution of a channel. Let me see if I can share this. I promise you will not be able to stir people with a stick this weekend. That is true. Yeah, it's definitely a lot less people are going to be around. So, you know, a good time if somebody wants to get away for a long weekend. Yes. Let me know if this works. I'm going to try to, I want to show you guys the difference between me being new on YouTube, kind of getting used to being behind the camera, and more recently. So let me see if this works, because I don't know. You're going to like fire back immediately if the video doesn't share well. So let's go ahead and, like, you know, Rita or Foxy or somebody, let me know. Let's see. Share screen, Chrome tab, Mr. Mountain Man. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's go to one of my first videos. I was watching this one. Let's see if this works. Hold on a second. Let me see if it, let me know if it shares or not. I mean, like if it, I don't know if it's going to broadcast. Okay. Can you guys tell me if, can you hear the sound on that or no? I don't know how this works. Let me know, somebody, real quick, or this might be a lost cause. Let me know if, if you can hear the sound. Let me play another clip real quick. I don't know how that works. Is it silent or is there sound? And also no sound. It's stuttering with no sound. Whatever. No sound. All right. Thank you. No, thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, and Eva and everybody. Okay. All right. Well, that's not going to be a fun thing to do. I was watching this video, and I'll just have to play it back for you, like, live. So you guys know me. I'm kind of, you know, just kind of, you know, happy and excited. And so if you watch some of my newer videos, you know, it's, hey, everyone, it's Mr. Mountain Man. You know, I'm such and such place, and thinking about you guys, like, you know, knowing you get excited about it, like, hey, we're going to check this out. It's really fun, all this stuff. And, oh, let me go over here. Chad, just a quick hello to Mr. Mountain Man, everyone on break at work. Hope all is well with everyone. Have a good week. You as well, Chad. I hope work is going well. Not too stressful on this Monday. I hope you're having a wonderful week. We're just hanging out here for a little bit on a Bridge Mountain Man, Mr. Mountain Man Monday, because Mountain Man live, because I was a little bit behind today and had a little bit of a hectic day, but I hope you're having a great day. So yeah, so anyway, let me pull this off of there. So I, you know, I'm normally kind of, you know, excited and kind of like, hey, everybody, how's it going, and all this stuff. And I was looking back at this video for some reason. I don't know what it was. And I'm like this. I'm like, hey, everybody, it's Mr. Mountain Man. Gonna check out the Sugarlands visitors. I'm looking at myself. I'm like, man, were you excited or what? Like, what's going on there? You're like a dud. So I don't know. It's just the evolution of, I guess, being on the camera. But I look back at that stuff and I'm like, maybe that's why it got 4 thumbs down there. People are like, actually, the video is pretty cool, because the Sugarlands Visitor Center is a lot of fun. That's over in East Tennessee. We went on the very very, very famous, easy Cataract Falls hike. This was pre-gimbal area and a lot of stuff like that. But it's funny to like kind of look back at some of the older videos. Not that my new videos are like out of the park, but it's just interesting how different it was back then. So, you know, I'm making a weird face there when I pause, like, "Arr, I'm a pirate." Arr. So, yeah, that was actually it's kind of fun because that one, and then this one here. What I was about to, what a reason I brought these ones up is because I was watching them and the look, take a look. Let me see if I can do that. Take a look at the trees in the background there. Like that is, we were talking about spring and things in bloom. If you look there at the mountains, I know there's no sound. Don't worry about the sound. Um, hold on. What am I doing there? Oh, that was getting off the exit. But anyway, yeah, it's just beautiful. I'm just so looking forward to all the green coming back. You know, I love the change in seasons and a little bit cooler, you know, in the winter, and I enjoy it. But I was looking at this, you know, for some reason, and I'm like, my goodness, look how this was in July. I'm like, or yeah, July. I'm like, look how beautiful the mountains are when they're dark, dark green like that. So really looking forward to summer coming back around. I mean, I'm not looking forward to it being blazing hot, but it'll be nice when um, this comes about. And this is interesting too, because if you've ever watched the old channel trailer, this was the video that was made from. It's a beautiful view out there to in Tennessee. I mean, you just can't beat mountain views. It's one of the reasons I just love the mountains there. Look at the shading from the clouds and stuff. So uh, I still have some great pictures from that day. But anyway, guess the sound doesn't work. So much for that. But it just reminded me of how beautiful summertime can be in the mountains because we're still at the higher elevations, still have a lot of, it's still a lot of sticks. You're getting the little blooms, but it'll be interesting. You have to go back and watch the older videos. Yeah. Or not, because I don't think they're as good. But they're still cute. If I could say cute, we could say that's what they were. But yeah, but it's pretty cool because now they're starting to get some rust on them as the years go by. It's kind of fun to go back and watch some of these. But anyway, let me share the other. So you know, kind of. Thank you for everybody letting me know about the sound. That's interesting. I wonder if I ever do want to share video, if I could do that. I do not have news and notes because, like I said, I had such a hectic Monday. But as far as housekeeping, that's a piece of cake. We can go ahead and share up here on the old Instagram, Instagram. What do we got going on here? All right, we got a few pictures, just a few, all of them from yesterday. The stream water was really cool, but I think we had that on there last week. You know, over here, this was pretty nice, but yeah, just heading into Tennessee. That's on I-40. And nope, not that one. I thought there was, oh yeah, this is what I was talking about. There was a lot of traffic. There was just two campers right there, but a lot of them were big too. These huge campers on some of the back of these trucks. This is near the airport, so these folks are heading east. But yeah, there was a lot of traffic, and this picture doesn't really do it justice. It was like nonstop barrage of traffic coming out of town. Let me make sure this is sharing correctly. Yes, it is. Good to know, Yvonne. To share audio from your screen, you must click the share audio button. Within StreamYard, I haven't ever tried that before, so I will have to look at that. And thank you, Yvonne, for sharing that. And Mr. Mountain Man Instagram account is at Mr. Mountain_man. That is correct. Food on the grill. Yeah. So since yesterday, since I wasn't, let's see if this will work. I am going to quickly post one more picture that I had set up that I did not have ready. Let's see if I can do this really quickly. I should be able to do it in about 10 seconds. Here we go. And I don't have time for a description, so we're just going to say food at Miss Lillian's. Lillian apostrophe S. Family style eating. So this way we can have a food pick, right? All right. We got Dollywood and upload. All right, let's see if that pops up. We'll see. We'll give it a minute. Food on the grill. That's right. I need to catch up on your Eclectic Candyman channel. If you would like to, what did I do? I did a video about removing rust from tools, and I had another one with toolbox liners and some all this kind of stuff. Yeah, thank you, Foxy. The other channel is youtube.com, the Eclectic Candyman. And that channel's getting a little wind underneath its sails as well. There are some videos on there that I get a lot of views. It does. I'll tell you one casual observation. The travel community, like Mr. Mountman and these channels, seem to be very helpful when it comes to YouTube in the way of promoting videos and things like thumbs up and comments and a feedback loop. It seems to be very, very good here. On the handyman side of the fence, I got videos with tons of views, tons, like it'd be 1,000 or thousands, and no thumbs down. And a lot of comments are like, thanks, or this is great, but not really a lot of thumbs up. I just don't know if that's as much of a thing. And I've watched other channels too, where somebody will have a video with 100,000 views and only like maybe 1,000 thumbs up or something, like real low percentage. So it just seems to be kind of the culture of the travel community to kind of help and promote and support. Whereas I think a lot of the other stuff's like, oh, I want to do this, fix this thing. Oh, great. That helped me. I'll just put a quick comment. Thank you so much. And they don't spend any time thumbs up and stuff like that. I'm surprised you had rust on your tools. I am too. That was beyond me. I think because the toolbox in the garage might be a little close to the garage door and some moisture. I need to look because I heard about people putting some stuff in their toolbox, like a rice bag or something to absorb moisture. So yeah, I'll have to do that. You need one fixing stone chips on car paint. Let me tell you something, Larry. About 8 years ago, I went down that journey of I have a lifetime love-hate relationship with painting of any kind, house, exterior, and car. I did try to fix a paint chip on the Mustang, but rather than just going like boop bloop, I tried to do it all right and learn how to wet sand with high grit or low grit paper and all this. What a nightmare. I mean, that is an art. That's one of those things that's not binary, like bolt on, bolt off. If you don't have experience, it was a pain. But that was me trying to do a spot to blend instead of just doing a touch up. So anyway, that's my experience on that one. I got a couple in the Camaro and want to make it worse than they are. I know it. Watch a lot of videos and be patient. If you have time and can get into a little wet sanding and blending and stuff, and it sounds like a lot, people make it look really easy, but I don't know. It can be really tough. But back to the pictures. Yeah, a lot of people leaving the area. Let's see here. What was next? Oh, there's yours truly. So this was at the start of the day. This is a funny picture or an interesting picture. See how the cloud was, or the sky was overcast? That was like the only 20 minutes of the day when it was overcast. The entire rest of the day was sunny. But that's a beautiful area in Wildwood Grove right there. They did a great job. I pulled down the mask so you could see my smile, but I'll tell you one of the things I don't like about the mask. Look, it looks like I have Dumbo ears because when I pulled it down, the mask pulled my ears off to the side. Was I brave and rode the big coaster? Not yesterday. Nobody really wants to go on the Eagle yet or Lightning Rod. The kids get excited and nervous at the same time, so it's kind of hit or miss. I guess that was one picture. Here was another one. This is a good one because that's in front of the Dollywood train. It was actually a love that train. Yes, that I bet the kids. Rita, we did not ride the train. Actually, we will ride the train. It's just one of the things about Dollywood right now is the operating hours are not that wide. They close at 7 p.m., which seems early. I wish they stayed open till 8 or 9. So the day moves really quickly. So like a trip around the park and the train, it takes a while, and they wanted to go on the ride. So we will definitely do the train. It's very cool. It's huge. It's really neat. Yeah, there's another picture of it kind of coming at me or coming at us. Let me try to hit refresh and see if that other picture showed up. Woo! Sure did. Somebody already commented. Looks tasty. Chris, are you on here in the background? If you are, hello. If you're not, I'm talking to myself. Yeah, and I believe it was called Miss Lily. It's right there. But yeah, it was good. It's not as fancy as Aunt Granny's, but you do save about it's about 15 to 20% cheaper than Aunt Granny's was. It's still a pricey meal, but it's not bad, even with the gold pass getting 20% off. So what do you guys think about that? That looks pretty good, right? That looks like some yummy comfort food, as they call it. Yeah, so that was good. I think sometimes people just forget to do the thumbs up and also not sure about subscribing. I know for a long time I thought you had to pay. Yeah, and that's a very good point. And Rita, actually, a lot of good points there. Kind of before the era of me doing a lot of YouTube related stuff like this, I too just kind of used YouTube. You know, I kind of watched it when I needed to. It has exploded, I think, in entertainment and content in the last, 3 to 5 years. So it's really changed. And now there's just anything and everything, entertainment and like the millennial space on YouTube is out of this world. I mean, some of those people with multi-million subscribers just talking about, what I might consider nonsense, but people love it. And, it's just crazy, how popular it's become. But there was a time, and it was before I became a creator that I did start to realize that the thumbs up was actually really cool, because my homepage started to get curated with really neat videos. So if I start thumbsing up stuff about maybe the Steelers, or maybe about, airplanes, or doing this, or Mustangs, or the mountains, or whatever, all of a sudden I got these really cool recommendations of what to watch. So I do start using that kind of selfishly too, because I want to see neat stuff. Have you rode the big coasters at Cedar Point? I have not. I have not been to Cedar Point since I was 10 or 11 years old. I mean, my family's been there a bunch, but because I moved out of Central Ohio to go to college and, was down south more, I never did do the big coasters there. But my wife went one time and rode. She didn't ride Millennial Falcon or any of that. She did get the Magnum. The Magnum was a big deal growing up. That 200-foot roller coaster was like the big deal back in the day. That food does look good. Thank you. I had to do a double take with you having your mask under your chin. I thought it was your beard. I know it looked like it. Even I looked at that picture and I'm like, was that my beard? Watch out for those trains there that you might get covered in soot. Good to know. Yeah. I mean, I was standing there taking that picture and I was like, it's going to blow the whistle or something. And I'm going to go to the ground, just, scared, getting all freaked out. And I told my wife, I'm like, they're going to blow that whistle and I'm going to get freaked out. So I took the picture and then I was like, I walked away really quickly, just in case. Hey, Chris is here. Who, me? I'm waiting for another mustache picture. Well, yeah, here we go, Chris. Here's the mustache picture. Is that there? Does that help? Can you see? There's my mustache. Shout out, Chris, the niche Italian place you went there at the is it the Governor's Crossing in Pigeon Forge? Is my memory serving me correctly? I enjoyed that video, and so I'm sure a lot of you, speaking of food, and the Strombolis you got, those looked really good. Yes, the food does look good. You have to have your family t-shirts made with your channel on them to put you out there, right? Like a hashtag Mr. Mountain Man, something like that. I kind of wonder, I wonder if anybody would recognize, probably you guys would, like Chris would, or maybe like Larry or Rita, or some of you folks here, if you're out and about, but I don't think so. If I was walking around Gatlinburg with the family, I don't think anybody would pick me out necessarily. But again, small following, but it's just interesting conversation about that. For sending spots on the car, I use an electric toothbrush, just glue different sanding pads. This toothbrush is not so powerful, it helps out. Yes, because Yvonne, that's one of the problems I had, was not being I have painted metal. I used to have a moped when I was 14 years old, and I probably repainted the tank, no joke, a dozen times. So starting from a kid, stripping the paint down, I would strip it to the bare metal using like acetone and a paint stripper. I would carve out the decal and then I would spray paint it black, but that was spray paint. I never did like a lot of repair, wet sanding, and in the pressure that you're talking about. That was one of the problems I had because wet sand keeps it from being too abrasive for the clear and some of the other, but I just didn't have that finesse. You know, there's certain things I talk about when it comes to repair that having finesse and experience are paramount, like laying tile, wood, certain types of wood things like crown molding and you know, with the measurements and the lengths and stuff. There are just certain things that you know, there's no replacement for years of experience, and painting can be one of them. It just depends. But that's an excellent tip there. Yes, t-shirts, lots of good t-shirts over on Chris's channel. And yes, please say hello to Mindy as well if she's in earshot. Bad day in Knoxville today, Chris. So sad. I missed the news if something happened. Governor's Crossing is where it was, yes, but people love to point out to me it's actually Sevierville, not Pigeon Forge. Okay, yeah, well, you know what? You can say Pigeon Forge with me. It probably is I get it, because once you get north of once you get north of what? Like the Lumberjack area, probably, or the show, doesn't that end up getting up Sevierville by the time you get to like Quaker Steak and Lube and up that way? I don't know. Yes. Oh no. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. I did not hear what happened in let's see here. I'm drawing a conclusion though. I'm looking at the news now. Yeah, at school. That is terrible. That is not good. Yep. There was a shooting. Not to bring the chat down. Yeah, that is sad. There's just not words to that. You know, prayers for the family. It's just really difficult, awful, yuck situation. Yes, it's the bridge past the Apple Barn. I always say Pigeon Forge though. Yeah, because I think, you know, it's like a lot of areas, like people, you know, when they say, like, if I say Asheville, you know, when I say Asheville, that includes the greater Asheville area. So I think Pigeon Forge is the same, just like Gatlinburg. Well, Gatlinburg's a little easier to pin down, but even something on the outskirts, like the arts and craft area. I don't know if by, you know, physical address, if that's in the city of Gatlinburg or if that's outside of, like, what's it called? Is it Corbin or something? You know, I don't know. Oh yeah, I know about the school. Drive by that school on the way home. That's, yeah, it's very, very sad news. Very sad news. Can you guys believe that on a different note, while we're sitting here looking at the fried chicken, I have not finished my taxes for Uncle Sam. And for no apparent reason other than just being super busy. So that is something I will be getting to after after I do this tonight. I will continue on with that journey. Yay. Be rather eating that fried chicken right there. Let me go ahead and actually stop that. All right, one more look at the fried chicken. It does look tasty. That was very good. Chris, actually, one of the places we had looked at eating was the place that you recently went with Will and Dawn, which is the one, I think it might be sponsored by Bush's Baked Beans. If not, it's a sit-down restaurant with a single serve type meal. They have, what is it, like the meatloaf on the bread and all that stuff. It's over there near that area. It was closed yesterday. But the family gets so hungry that economically it's tough because, you know, we eat one meal there and we want to fill up. So these family style eating, because we're a family, does kind of make sense. But yeah, it was delicious. So let me stop sharing that one and you can get my face back for a few more minutes here. Again, my apologies for the the absence this week of the news and notes. I always enjoy it. It has just been super busy today. Had a couple things going on at the house. Looks like I'm going to have some hefty repairs coming up. That's not going to be too fun. And these are things that the Eclectic Candyman cannot fix. Yeah, it just was a bit crazy. You got an extension. That's good. I don't need any extension. I will get done by the 15th of April, and I always do them electronically. So it's not going to be a problem. I just got to put in the old elbow grease and just, finish doing it. Do they have train rides in Asheville like they do in Bryson City? Not from Asheville that I'm aware of, but what they do. And if you remember from the news and notes from a few weeks ago, there's the one up in, what was it, Boone, with the show, like the Wild West show. Remember, they were hurting from the pandemic, but then they, I actually probably still have that one on my phone. So that is not in Asheville, but that is up the way, northeast of here. And then, yes, down in Bryson City, they also have that one. So let me see which live stream that was, because I can actually bring that up real quickly here. Not the Mountain State Fair. It was, yeah. Train whistles ringing once more at Tweetsy Railroad as it reopens to the public. That was the other one that I was thinking about, but that is not directly here in Asheville. That is, it had opened around Easter, and they were doing it was considered, by the way, North Carolina's first theme park. That railroad has family-friendly Wild West adventure since 1957 on Highway 321 between Boone and Blowing Rock. So that's where that is. Yeah, thank you. Yes. Okay. Hey, Faye, have a great night. Yeah, I'm going to be cutting out here in a few minutes as well. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe on I-4, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Yes, Tweetsy Railroad. Foxy, you beat me to it. You probably know about it already. I haven't been there before. Yeah, so not that I'm aware of right here in Asheville. However, you do have the Blue Ridge Parkway that runs directly through Asheville. Not that that's related to trains, but that is, something nice to have here where you don't have to drive that far. Those are nice pictures of you on Instagram. Thank you, Rita. I appreciate that. Here was another cool thing we did yesterday at Dollywood. Went on the Dragonflyer roller coaster, which is back in the area called Wildwood Grove. And if anybody doesn't know Dollywood, don't worry about it. It's just a section of the park. But this particular coaster, for coaster enthusiasts, it's actually interesting because I guess it's one of the unique versions of that company that was made, but it doesn't go very high or whatever. But the way they engineered it, it really packs an entertainment punch for such a small area. It's a fantastic roller coaster. But we did seat number one. We waited in an extra train to go by, extra coaster to go by, and we got on seat one. And that was awesome. What a great vantage point to be on the front seat, with your feet dangling and go through that. Really had a blast. I have a picture of getting on the coaster, but I didn't post it to Instagram because it was kind of weird. It was just like my knees and the track, but I don't know. Maybe I'll post it later. I meant to post that one too. But yeah, that was an enjoyable day. All right, folks, I think I'm about to wrap it up. Oh, there was a comment on here. Please pray for my cousin. He's coming home in May. We miss him so much. Absolutely. If he's been gone, and hope you and your family are doing well, Hope, Faith. And yeah, absolutely. Yes, the kids would love to go on a train trip, either at Dollywood or one of the other ones. There's so many fun things to do. It comes down, to be quite honest, like the economics of it all. Like it's so different now. I feel like my kids are, spoiled, a little naturally because we enjoy doing so many things. When I was a kid growing up, I mean, we had a good middle class upbringing, but it was like, we just didn't do the amount of stuff we did. Like going to it wasn't like 100 years ago, but we didn't have season passes to any parks in Central Ohio. And we didn't go that much to a lot of places. I mean, we did go on family vacations and little vacations or see my grandparents, and we were a close family. But the things I think that my kids have been privy to with Disney World and the theme parks and doing all that stuff, it's crazy. But because we do so much, and then we have the Ripley's passes and the Chimney Rock passes and all that stuff, we just have to be, kind of fair with the, I think I said Faye, I'm reading fair with some of the economics of what we do. But yes, that is definitely in the cards. I know my wife would like that a lot too. We will pray for Hope Faith. Yes. Great live stream as always tonight. And that's a good start to the end here, Rita. I appreciate that. Yes, I do hope that spoil them. They're little only ones. Yes, absolutely. I'll tell you what, they're always spoiled with love for sure. And so, yes, that is something for sure. Have a fabulous week, everyone. Another fun Mountain Man Monday. Again, apologies for the late tardy start, but thankfully here and glad as always to see folks. Yes, Chris, it's very nice to see you as well. Enjoying the themed live streams when I can catch them in the background and your content. Yes, everybody is about to snooze here. So anyway, get your taxes in. April 15th is right around the corner. And I hope everyone has a wonderful, safe, happy week. Enjoy the springtime. We'll stay in touch on Instagram and through the channel. Also, if interested, check out the other of my channel, The Eclectic Candyman, if you're interested in that kind of thing. And until next time, I do hope that everyone, as AZ Rock says, has a great week. Absolutely appreciate the live stream and you all as well. Thank you for the support on the channel. And we will all reconvene here next week. So to Foxy Wolf, Living Like Larry, AZ Rock, Chris about T-shirts, Rita, Hope Faith. We had Jennifer Rathbone in here earlier. We had Yvonne in here. We had, if I'm missing anybody, you guys, Chad Loveless was in here earlier. Faye was in here. And our story and a few others. Everyone have a wonderful week, a great night, and we will see you next time. Take care, everyone.